At the moment, we've got a situation in which when people commute, the number of people in a vehicle is tending more and more to one. We need to get that way up from where it is, because every time it goes down, that's more carbon miles being pushed into the atmosphere. So the message to employers is put more people in cars, promote sharing, promote ride sharing, promote sharing of vehicles, and promote use of buses and other public services of zero carbon emissions, and then hopefully we can get that way back heading in the right direction.
Welcome to the Minister. We're thrilled to have you here. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy diary to allow us to showcase DIRFT this morning. Also, many thanks to our partners at Zelo, who provide this fantastic electric bus for us to carry out the tour on today. You'll hear more about our partnership with Mobility Ways and how we're trying to decarbonise the commute for all of the staff who work at DIRFT.
DIRFT is split into sort of three areas. All of DIRFT 2 is rail linked, so there's three buildings. We've got Eddie Stobart in a 420,000 square foot building there. We've got Sainsbury's that we'll just come up to on the left, which is nearly 1 million square foot, and we've got a 800,000 square foot unit that Tesco are occupying. We extended our rail corridor from the existing rail terminal to rail link all of those, and to also provide us with the opportunity to bring rail into DIRFT 3, which is where we're going to have a look today, which is our 7.8 million square foot expansion of DIRFT. On park at the moment, DIRFT 1 and DIRFT 2, there's probably about 8,000 to 10,000 people employed on park, with DIRFT 3 sort of potentially doubling that.
Commuting at the moment is using an awful lot of carbon, and it's putting it in the atmosphere, and so commute zero, bringing that carbon down to zero or net zero, is incredibly important from our point of view as part of a decarbonisation drive across the economy.
My role is to look after all of our customers and their pain points, as we call them at Prologis. We work hand in glove with our customers from concept to completion. We support them with transport solutions, hence why we're all here today with the wonderful Mobility Ways, and we've been able to make this happen for our customers.
So if Prologis, they didn't expend this effort on promoting car sharing, what would be the emissions? If there wasn't a Zelo bus service, actually it would be way up here. So what this does is it brings it all together in one place. It allows us to understand where we would have been, but crucially it shows us actually where we are now, and it evidences the savings.
What's most important is that we don't just understand how people commute, but we want to understand why. We want to understand what the barriers are to travelling more sustainably, what incentives and interventions might help overcome those barriers, and how therefore we make change happen. The need is very clear. Transport's the biggest emitter now in the UK, and the commute contributes 18 billion kilos of CO2 every year, 5% of our total emissions. And there was a recognition when the Decarbonisation and Transport Plan was released in July 21 that unless we address commute emissions in their own right, we won't be hitting our net zero goals.
I mean, increasingly you've got a workforce in these big companies which is aware of its carbon footprint, trying to do something to benefit the country and the world as a whole. So you're going to get the opportunity to open up new markets if you can extend that zero carbon footprint. But you've also got a workforce and staff who'll be happier and more excited about the contribution that they're making as a result.